Are you ready to go 5 pounds down and get flat abs with no floor work? Me too. Let's go. All right, beautiful bees, let's go ahead and get warmed up. And that means we're getting started with some arm circles with high knees. You guys, welcome to the workout. I'm Paula B. I'm your best middle-aged fitness friend. And around here, we are all about making peace with your menopausal body by finding a healthy weight and moving in ways that feel like self-love. And do you know what feels the most like self-love? Finding that healthy weight with the 5-0 method, where every single day we do 5 things that make you say, oh, I had no idea it could be this simple to lose weight at our age. Every single day we eat the right number of calories, which is not necessarily less than you were eating before. Every single day we drink the right amount of water, which is half your body weight in fluid ounces, nope, in pounds, in fluid ounces of water. Got ahead of myself there. Every single day we get the right amount of sleep by going to bed at the same time every night, getting up at the same time every morning, and not worrying about how much in there was actual sleep, because sometimes it's not. Let's go ahead and do some arm crossers with booty kickers. Every single day we're going to get the right amount of exercise, which is not necessarily more than you were doing before, and it's usually a beautifully moderate workout like today's. I'm so excited about today's workout. And the 5th thing, which is actually really truly the first thing, we manage our minds by finding our thoughts and deciding if they're helpful. And the way we know if a thought is helpful for getting us where we want to go is the way it feels in our bodies. If it feels good, it's going to take us every place we want to go. If it feels lousy or anything other than good, it is not getting you where you want to go. And I have a helpful thought for you, and I will tell you, I will offer you a warning on this one. I use this one very judiciously because it's the sort of helpful thought that we throw around a lot as almost like a platitude, or like a, I can't think of the word. It's not really affirmation, but it's just like something that we say to people when we want them to feel better even though they feel lousy. So here it is. I've got this. Because sometimes I actually do, let's go ahead and do some welcome to my homes. Sometimes I actually do really truly have this, but I also have some self-doubts, and reminding myself, I've got this, I can do this, I'm capable, I've got this in hand, is really helpful because it reminds me that I've got this, frankly. But sometimes when I don't got this and I say this, it feels terrible. This I've got this is something that we throw out so easily, and I want you to know that if you use it properly, like if you're pulling in your core with it, it's going to take you all kinds of great places. But if you're just trying to make yourself feel better, it doesn't always work. You guys, hey, you know what's going to feel better? You know what's going to feel better? Today's workout. I've got the handy dandy gym boss here set for intervals of 20 seconds, and quite literally none of those is rest. We are doing low impact cardio, absolutely no jumping, no transitions to the ground, and lovely, lovely balance work, which is perfect for getting flat, strong abs and helping us stay independent as we age. Let's go ahead and get started with some twisting high knees, because this is a cardio move. Here's what it looks like. We've got cardio, and then we've got I've got a couple of hold moves and a couple of like standing abs moves. I tried to do a little bit of a mix of both. We're actually going to start with a standing abs move, which is to say we're going to do crane kicks. We're going to do our crane kicks on our left side first. So I'm going to stand on my left foot, which means that I am kicking my right foot. We're doing mini circuits today, not too many of them, but so when it beeps again, we're doing rainbow frogs. That's where we have our hands going up overhead like a rainbow, while one knee comes out to one side at a time, looking kind of like a frog. I mean, you know what? You have to use your imagination on this. Thank goodness that 20 seconds was up, because that was about all the balance I had, y'all. I really thought long and hard about how much I wanted to do for these balance exercises. When it beeps again, we're doing a frog hold. Once again, I'm going to stand on my left foot. I'm going to do the first of our mini circuits on my left side, and then when we come through the mini circuit again, which we're going to do because we're doing each mini circuit 2 times, I'll do everything on the right side. You are always welcome to make this work for you in whatever manner feels best. I like to get my left leg out of the way. Historically, my left leg was rather significantly less strong. Here we go with shooting stars. My left leg used to be so weak, and I don't like that word, so I don't even like saying that, like about how I used to be, but my left leg did not use to balance at all. It was rough. When it beeps again, of course, we're gonna do a star hold. Gonna stand on my left foot and tip to my left Oh my gosh. Okay, with my right hand straight up, my left hand out to the side. And I'm going to tell you the funny story, of course, about how I used to call these plus signs until I realized that I was never going to get over far enough to actually call them plus signs. When it beeps again, we're doing that twisting high knees. This was our entire mini circuit, our first mini circuit. Already feeling that balance work. I love, love, love to do balance for a short amount of time at a time. This, to me, is it's actually why I offered you the thought of, I've got this, because 20 seconds is right on the verge of me not gotting this. Okay, here we go with crane kick. It's gonna stand on my right foot and kick my left leg. This, by the way, is a knee rehabilitation move, by the way. Bringing your knee up and extending that foot out in front of you is a great way to work on your thigh muscles. Those thigh muscles support your kneecap, support your joints. Here we go with rainbow frogs. Excellent job. You're already seeing, this is really good cardio, but also my heart rate is actually up almost as high while we're doing the balance work and the standing abs work. That's the magic of this kind of workout. But this is why I offered you the I've got this. 20 seconds. Here we go with the frog hold. Oh, good. Got it on this side. Had to really think about that. Which one's my right foot again? Have I ever shown you how I know which one's my right foot and which one's my left foot? Because I don't know. I'm not great at this. That was part of the problem with my left leg being historically weaker. I write with my right hand. That's how I know which one is my right foot. Here we go with shooting stars. So if you ever see my right hand doing a little, like just a little scribble in the air, it's because I'm trying to figure out which one's my right foot and which one's my left foot. You guys, when it beeps again, of course, we're doing the star hold on my right foot. And this is the end of our first mini circuit. All right, hand up, hand out to the side. Okay, I'm gonna catch my breath here really quickly while we're doing this star hold. This actually feels remarkably strong today. Not gonna jinx myself, even though I don't believe in jinxing, but I don't like to say I'm feeling strong when we're only on the first mini circuit. Coming up next, we're doing a punch, punch, kick. You're gonna punch on one side and then punch on the other side and then kick with that same side foot. This is our cardio. Oh my gosh, punch, punch, kick. See, this is what happens. This is instant karma, isn't it? I said I was feeling strong, but that was strong with the balance hold. It wasn't strong with coordination. When it beeps again, we're doing cross body crunches. Hands here on your shoulders. Elbow reaches across your body to come to a point with your opposite knee across your body. When it beeps again, we're doing deadlift jacks. That means, it used to be called, it's the exercise formerly known as forward hinge arm flappers, but we are really doing deadlifts when we do this. So really thinking about pushing your booty back, pulling your booty forward. When it beeps again, we are doing something a little bit tricky. Help yourself. I'm calling it a single leg squat hold, but I certainly don't intend to come all the way down in a squat. Basically, I want you to just have your knee bent a little bit so that you can feel the difference between standing and balancing on a straight leg versus balancing on a slightly bent leg. It feels very different. Really thinking about keeping your hip and knee in alignment with your ankle, not letting your knee come forward over in front of your toe. When it beeps again, we're doing letter Ks. Which, you know what letter Ks are. We're going to start with our hands up over our head. One leg comes out to one side, and then we come out on the other side. Not and K, and not, which of course you could definitely spell with a K, right? When it beeps again, we are going to do a K hold, which is actually kind of similar to a star hold. One of the things I really wanted to think about today was the difference between standing really upright and tipping to one side or the other. Finding your balance in lots of different positions is it's all endlessly fascinating to me personally. We're going to do punch, punch, kick next, by the way. It's endlessly fascinating to me how something can feel. Here we go, punch, punch, kick. I'm going to think about this for a second. Punch, punch, and kick. I don't know why I'm struggling with this so much today, except that I do. My mind is a little bit elsewhere in terms of, I'm already onto the holds. When we do balance work, sometimes I should not give myself challenging, here we go with cross body crunches. I should not give myself challenging coordination exercises when we are doing balance work, because I'm always thinking about the balance work. I'm always thinking about pulling in my core and really thinking about where my body is in space and time, and really kind of tuning into where today's balance is, because sometimes my balance is amazing. Here we go with deadlift jacks. And sometimes it's not amazing. I mean, I told you the story. Historically, I do not have great balance. Historically, my left side had a harder time than my right side. Historically, I have all kinds of thoughts, and none of them are helpful, about my balance. It's something I'm actively working on. Here we go with that single leg squat hold. Just down a little bit, wherever feels comfortable to you. You can absolutely tap your foot down. You guys, we're not trying to be heroes here. We're just thinking about where our body is, really paying attention to where your knee is specifically. And for me, thinking about where my hip is. When it beeps again, we're doing those letter Ks. Excellent job. I notice, for me personally, and I'll be very curious when I'm editing the video and watching it later, I used to have a very, very, very difficult time doing single leg squats on my left side. My hip really likes to come out to the side. It really tries to compensate. It's one of the things I notice that has changed with my body as, here we go with the letter K hold, as I have started working more on my balance and really thinking about where my balance is and where my body is and which parts need help. When it beeps again, by the way, we're doing booty kicker elbow swings. So your elbows are going to be swinging, your lower body is going to be doing some booty kicking, one of my favorite exercises in the whole wide world. Whew, doggies, here we go. Booty kicker, elbow swings. And I've noticed, I mean, personally, I don't go back and watch my old videos because they are so cringy for so many reasons, not the least of which is that I was just really awkward on camera. But also, even the way my body moved, like my gait patterns, it's really obvious to me how much stronger I am now in my 50s. Here we go with a front kick, back kick. I'm going to stand on my left foot, front kick, and back kick. And honestly, okay, so you'd think, oh, I love that because I can see how much stronger I am now. I can see how much better my balance is now. Yes, oh gosh. Coming up next, I just realized we're doing sideways skiers. So your hands are going up and down like we do skiers, and your legs, one foot is kicking out to one side, and then the other foot is kicking out to the other side. Okay, this isn't too bad. This isn't the worst thing I've ever done. I don't know why I gave this to myself though, except for the fact that I'm working on my brain-body connection. You guys, when it beeps again, we're doing a side kick, hold, with one hand up and one hand down. Once again, just that little bit of difference in where your hands are can make a difference in how this hold feels. When it beeps again, we're doing alley-oops, which is one where your feet are almost uncomfortably wide. We're gonna pivot one direction and come down in a little bit of a lunge. You do not have to come down into a full lunge. Feel free to whatever works for you. Whatever works for you totally works for me. I will tell you that what we're gonna do though is hold. I'm gonna be facing my left head, so this side. We're going to hold in this split stance. So both feet will be on the ground, but you will notice just being pivoted and having your feet apart feels very different. Make sure that your knee hasn't gone forward past your toe. Excellent, excellent job. Coming up next, we're doing those booty kicker elbow swings for the second and final time. Awesome job. I'm actually feeling this one a little bit more in my leg than I am in my abs, but this kind of balance work is always working your abs, whether you feel it or not. That's the funny thing about like standing abs and balance work. You don't think, like, we're so used to thinking about crunches really being the only way that you could possibly get a six-pack of abs, the only way that you could possibly flatten your abs. When it beeps again, by the way, we're doing that front kick, back kick. But the fact is, the thing that actually really helps your abs flatten and be stronger isn't the muscles on the outside. You've got two layers of muscles in your abdominal area. The ones that you can see, honestly, yes, they're good for you. They're strong. When it beeps again, we're doing those sideways skiers. Hands are moving up and down in front of you while one foot is kicking out to one direction, and then the other foot kicks out the other direction. You are welcome to shuffle instead of, in fact, I think I meant to shuffle rather than kicking. That actually feels just as awkward no matter which way I go because it's not my regular skiers. When it beeps again, we're doing that side kick hold. I'm going to stand on my right foot, and here we go. You can tap or fly. Either one is totally fine. I'm flying because I've got this. I've got this. I can do this for 20 seconds. When it beeps again, we're doing those alley-oops for the second and final time. Awesome job. Okay, and here we go. Feet almost uncomfortably wide. I'm already thinking about where I'm going to go with the balance work for this next interval. I'm going to be facing the dog. I'm going to be facing Blossom. When I'm balancing, she could not possibly care less. She is completely racked out. She gets plenty of balance work doing things her way. Okay, here we go. In that split stance, really thinking about where your body is, where your balance is, right here in the middle. When it beeps again, we're doing half jacks, which means literally half of a jumping jack. The right half and then the left half. Yes, halved. Was the word I was trying to use there. One half and then the other half. Really, you guys, going back and forth between cardio and balance, I thought for sure would feel like such a mild workout, like, oh, I'll probably get done with this and I won't even be sweaty. Famous last thoughts. When it beeps again, we're doing around the world taps. I'm going to have my left foot down, tap forward, side and back, then side, then forward again. Tapping really makes a difference in your balance. It's why I like to include some that are tapping and some that are full-on flying balance. So that, I mean, part of it, honestly, is as a confidence boost. You've got this. Here we go with wide walking stars. I gave myself so many difficult exercises today. What was I thinking other than, I've got this, even if it doesn't go as well as I might have hoped for. It's still gonna go. When it beeps again, we're doing swinging knees to elbows. So elbows facing forward, you're gonna reach, oopsies, oh, come on, Paula. Left foot down on the ground, across your body, and then on the same side, and then down. We're gonna stay on this one side. It's gonna be left foot balancing the whole time. And then down. When it beeps again, we're doing cheerleader kicks. Hands are actually gonna stay right about here, where they're gonna start at your shoulders and then go up from there as we kick. Excellent job. Rah, rah, sis, boom, ba. When it beeps again, it's everybody's favorite because we are actually on our final mini circuit. It's going to be a drinky bird hold. So I'm going to start with my left foot, which means I'm really going to think about having my body in a nice straight line. I'm not trying to tip forward. I'm trying to raise my right leg back behind me. Hips both pointed forward. Toe is always pointed towards the floor. You get wherever you can get that you can hang on to with your best balance. And by really thinking about that left leg, or excuse me, the right leg being the driver of the motion. Here we go with half jacks again. This is our second and final time through this final mini circuit. Oh my goodness, what a great job you're doing. When it beeps again, gonna do those around the world taps because you've totally got this, right? This is the thing about this helpful thought. I use it when I know that I really do got this. Here we go with a forward tap, a side tap, a back tap, side and forward. I try very hard not to offer myself something to try to feel good. That was air quotes. When I really don't feel good. It's better for me personally when it beeps again. We're doing wide walking stars. So out, out, in and tap. All to the side rather than to forward. If that's too hard for you, as it almost is too hard for me, first of all, you do actually got this. And second of all, if you don't got this, just do something else. It's totally okay. You really do, I mean, in that sense, you really do have this when it beeps again, doing those swinging knees to elbows, gonna stand on my right foot, gonna have elbows pointed forward. So across your body, same side, and then down. Excellent job. I try very hard when I know I'm feeling lousy, rather than trying to make myself feel better, which really, truly, I'm going to say it never works. What works for me is to just hear what I'm actually saying. Here we go with cheerleader kicks. To hear the unhelpful thoughts in my head. Because once I can recognize them, I mean, it's like, oh, okay, well, that's why I feel bad. There's no mystery here. It's not like I feel bad for something outside my control. I feel bad because I'm telling myself something unhelpful. When it beeps again, we're doing a drinky bird hold on that right side. And I know some of you are like, okay, Paula said this was our last mini circuit, but there's kind of a lot of time left on that timer. Yes, there is. I've got one more final thing for us that is quite a few several final things. When it beeps again, we're doing all of the hold moves. Again, we're gonna start with a frog hold with my left foot down and my right foot out. And then we're gonna go to the other side of this. Yes, this is the world's longest finisher. And You've got this. If you need to be standing next to a chair, a table, a wall, a something, help yourself, my friend. This is not meant to be easy. This is meant to be the finisher. This is meant to be tough. This is meant to challenge you in a way. And here we go with the frog hold on the other side. This is meant to challenge you in a way that feels doable and challenging. You are capable, you can, apropos of yesterday's conversation, you can balance, and it might not be quite this much. Do what you can when it beeps. Here we go with a star hold, starting with the left side. Excellent job. Really just bringing that heart rate down, finding your core, bringing your core in that inner layer of muscles. You're not going to feel yourself squeezing your abs. You're just gently bringing your belly button towards your spine. You're unclenching your toes. You're unclenching your knee. Here we go, star hold on the other side. This is exactly why I did some standing abs moves and some how hold moves, so that it wouldn't be a 7-minute finisher. When it beeps again, we're doing a single leg squat hold. I'm going to stand on my left side first, getting to whatever position feels best to you. All this hold, going back and forth, is a great time to notice when your core gets fatigued. I'm really thinking about my hip. I can see myself a little bit in the monitor, but not great. The monitor's like this big, you guys. Even with my good glasses, I can't totally see. But I'm trying to think about where my hip is in alignment with my knee. And then we're gonna, of course, change it to the other side. Easier for me to find my hip and my knee on this side. Tell you what, this proprioception thing, even as my left side gets stronger, I don't always have the same kind of brain-body connection that I do on my right side. Years of practice on my right side, still working on practicing on my left side. Here we go with a K hold. Get to stand up, making sure you're not locking your knee. Really using the muscles up here, up in your abs, up in your glutes, up in your thighs a little bit on this one, rather than letting your knee lock, is the way to have better balance. See if you can pick your toes up off the ground rather than clenching them into the ground. Bringing that work into your heel and driving it all up into your abs. This is the way we stay on our feet and stay independent. When it beeps again, we're doing, oh, how funny, we're doing a side kick hold, which actually means I'm gonna see if I can get a little bit further out than this K hold. That is a little bit trickier. Also, I'm totally feeling it up here in my side butt. On the flying leg, very different when we're doing all of these holds in a row. Still thinking about not clenching your toes, not clenching your knee, not locking your knee, having that work come all the way up. What a great job you're doing. See how far you can get on this one. How much can you work that side butt? Okay, I'm totally looking forward to the split stance hold, which is next. I'm gonna face, for me, I'm facing the hallway. I'm facing my left side. Get to have both feet on the ground. Still plenty of balance to be had, I tell you what. Even with both feet on the ground, did you ever notice how you can balance even with both feet on the ground? For me personally, that means that my back foot, I'm up on my toes. You can or not, whatever works for you. For me personally, it's a little bit of a flexibility thing. My calves aren't super flexible, and I like that little bit more challenge. Here we go. I'm gonna see if I can just pivot the other way. When it beeps again, we've only got one more thing, one more hold on each side. We're doing that drinky bird hold for the second and final time, and that will be the whole workout. We will be better than done. We will be finished. And here we go into that drinky bird on the left side. Really thinking about keeping your hips level. For lots of people, that actually is going to feel almost like you are dropping your hip down from the flying leg. All of us, truly all of us, I don't think I've ever seen anybody who didn't compensate by bringing the flying leg hip out. It is a very natural movement pattern for most people. For lots of reasons, and I don't know all of the physiology reasons, but I do know that when I think about dropping that hip so that both of my hip bones are level, I am better balanced. And that, my friend, is always what we are working on. When it beeps again, it's the last time it's gonna beep. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, right? You totally had this. That's why you've got this, my friends. Let's cool this down from this surprisingly sweaty ab workout, right? That was not the easiest thing we've ever done. And yet, oh my gosh, that was so good for you and please pay attention. If that went past your moderate, if you are sore tomorrow, make sure that you take tomorrow at an even gentler than normal pace. Sometimes when we do something a little bit outside our norm like that, even though the pace was gentle, even though the duration was normal, sometimes that work can feel like, okay, that was a little bit more than my body was prepared for. You, my friend, are the ultimate authority on your own body. Make sure that you are giving your body exactly what it needs so that you got this. Let's open it up. And my friends, close it up. Give yourself a great big hug and a pat on your sweaty back. What a wonderful job you did today. So proud of you. I'm so proud of me. I'm so proud of both of us for being here and for doing our best work, no matter what kind of a balanced day you had. You've got this, unless that does not feel helpful, in which case, find what your thoughts are that don't feel good, because you've got that for sure. Thank you so much for working out with me. Make sure that you click that subscribe button before you go, and I will see you tomorrow.